Thank you.
So, yeah, Hari Om. We would like to start with a chant of Mahamrityunjaya mantra for Roberta's spiritual well-being, the great soul that is bringing all of us together on this platform. I invite our dear teachers, Mrs. Renuka and Mr. Marimuthu, to join me for the chant. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanan Mrityormukshiya Mamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanan Mrityormukshiya Mamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiya Mamrita. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all. So, to us in India, yoga for special child represents love in action, the compassion that puts others first and does not think about its inconveniences or sacrifices, sympathizing and empathizing, and the willingness to help and care for others. It reveals to us that it is our fundamental human duty to support and care for others and do whatever is needed for them by equipping people with the tools so that they may be more efficient and confident. It is something automatic, that is spontaneous, without any big ceremony. It is not that we even think it in terms of charity or good deed or random act of kindness or even compassion. It teaches us that it is our fundamental human duty to support each other and to care. So we have been doing this yoga for special child programs in India since 2010. Totally it is 10 years and we have done 14 programs, 6 times part 1 and 4 times part 2 and 4 times continuing education. The total number of the teachers who got benefited are 137. Of course, 85 of them repeated with other times in various courses, bringing up the number to 222. So that is a short glimpse of YSC in India. We have also a website, that gives the details of the activities going on. And about coming back to this conference, what a wonderful theme for the conference, unity in diversity. We see nature embracing and celebrating diversity. Imagine a beautiful woodland with only one type of plant. It is the variety of colors, textures, heights, shapes of leaves and flowers that gives the wood their beauty. Nature manifests herself in diversity and each expression receives its share according to its capacity and its worth. Imagine reaching deep down into our consciousness, peeling away the layers of name, gender, ethnicity, background, qualifications, religion, etc. Imagine that in deep relaxation, we are able to go beyond the body and mind. What remains there is still an awareness that we exist. At that level, how different are we from others? The beauty lies in understanding the unity in our diversity, that we are from the same source of existence or that we are manifestation of one energy. As the family grows, there are more members to share the responsibilities. At YSC, as a family in India, we feel now how blessed are we at IYA to have you all our teachers who now have given us the luxury of sitting back and witnessing this beautiful program put together. We express our heartfelt gratitude to our dear Juhi Prasad for readily taking up the responsibility and gathering our teachers Punita, Swati, Sashwati, Tanvi and Radha Jagan for today's presentation. Lots of their time, work and effort has gone into it, while IYA Coimbatore was busy with its own work. All these young ladies whose inner beauty shows forth on their face and their poise motivate us to go further. The optimistic mothers and dedicated teachers smile and spread joy and hope in spite of the burdens and concerns they carry on their brows. Integral Yoga India thanks you all from the bottom of its heart. May the Almighty and Gurudev keep guiding you with the light and love. Thank you, Sivakami Ma, for being the hope of thousands of mothers and children and teachers as well. Through your selfless service, may you secure the highest place possible here and above. Thank you, Renata, for being what you are and making your mom feel so proud of you and for uniting all of us during these dreaded days of separation. We also congratulate and thank your team for making this conference possible. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thilakavathy. My name is Juhi Prasad. I will be moderating the panel today, but we all want to start with making a small offering to Sivakami Amma. It is a small dance done to the Guru Vandana, which is in your honor, Sivakami Amma. I hope you enjoy it. So with that small offering to Sivakami Amma, I'd like to start a panel discussion. We teachers and parents in India who have benefited from the program would like to share our experiences with you. And as they say, there is nothing new in this world. So hopefully many of you who are attending this session will be able to relate to our experiences as well. We are representing all of India. There are about 1.3 billion people in India, and 6 of us are going to represent them today. So we have Tanvi up in the north, we have Radha, Punita and Swati down in the south, we have Saswati in the northeast, the beautiful northeast of India, and then I am in the western coast of India. We have all attended programs before, but our most experienced practitioner is Radha Jagan, who has been practicing the YSC method since 2012. So I would like to hand over to Radha to share with us her experiences with the program. Thank you, Radha.
Thank you, Juhi. Namaste, everyone. If I were to list the blessings in my life, being a yoga for the special child practitioner would be among the top 10 blessings. It is truly a divine experience to be Sivakami Amma's student. And the 5 golden keys that she gave us, I hold it close to my heart. It has changed my practice, my life so much. And I have been able to, with the grace of the Guru and the grace of the teachers, I have been able to transfer it to the children. And I can see what a difference it makes in their lives when I work with them using these keys. When I first attended Sivakami's program in the year 2011, when I did part 1, YSC part 1, she said these words: do not look at the limitations, look at the possibilities. There are numerous possibilities lying in each child, waiting to be found, to be tuned, to be brought, to be manifested and polished. Look there, don't look at the limitations. And those words have been my guiding star in my practice. And they have really helped me. Now, children, they like to be treated for who they are, not for the labels. And when the teacher is observant of what are the limitations of the condition that the child is enduring, and what are the limitations that have been heaped upon the child by the environment, by the people around, the way they treat the child, the way they make the child believe about himself or herself. So when the teacher is able to observe all this clearly, there is much clarity, and they can work with the child so beautifully, bringing out all the possibilities and make the child feel so good about himself or herself. Now, in my practice, I have seen 1 out of 3 children, they either tell me or they tell their parents that they want to become yoga teachers. This is simply proof that our Sonia Sumar method has really touched their lives, and it has made so much difference for them. And people do ask me, why do you keep going again and again back to the same program? You did part 1, part 2, again you're doing part 1, part 2. Why do you do that? And my reply is, I need to update myself. And with Sivakami, she gives so much, and it is just not possible to take all of that in one go. One needs to go back again and again and again to assimilate, to receive it, and to put it into practice. And it's been wonderful traveling with you, Sivakami, and I'm ever grateful to you. Now, I would like to present a 2-minute video of my student, Sivasaran. He's a child with pervasive developmental disorder. And we recorded this video 10 months after we started practicing. It is a Surya Namaskar practice with mantras. We're trying to associate the mantra with the posture. Please forgive the postural errors. But 2 years later, Saran does much better Surya Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you, Juhi. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Rama Purvaye Namaha. Yes, stretch your hands up. Om Suryaya Namaha. Very good. Om Bharave Namaha. Tala enga irukkanum. Stretch nicely. Om Padaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Elbow enga irukkanum. Very good. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaya Namaha. Thalai kaanunge. Idu nalla stretch pannunge. Om Savitre Namaha. Kaalu சேர்த்து வை. முட்டை ஸ்ட்ரைட்டாவே நல்லா touch your toes பண்ணணும். Touch your toes. காலை சேர்த்து வைக்கணும். ஓம் அர்த்தாய நமஹ. ஓம் அர்த்தாய நமஹ. அர்த்தாய நமஹக்கு என்ன போஸ்? கை மேல பாடியோட சேர்ந்து மேல வரணும். ஓம் பாஸ்கராய நமஹ. Thank you. The kid is a bit shy, so he doesn't like to be on camera, so I had to record it standing behind him.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So good.
Thank you so much, Radha. I am going to now hand over the mic to Punita. Punita is mother of Theo, a 13-year-old boy with autism. Punita's story with Theo and the YSC yoga program is very special to me because I have been following it for the last 2 years. So I will hand it over to Punita to tell her story and how much she has achieved with Theo in the last 2 years using the YSC method.
Namaskaram everyone. Namaskaram Sivakami. We started our YSC journey in 2017 after my husband attended YSC basic part 1 training, and we strongly believed YSC is the best thing to do for our son Theo. So I attended YSC basic part 1 training in 2019, and I started practicing with Theo soon after my training, and we are having a very regular practice, and I'm also practicing myself as well. Actually, first I would like to start with my son's challenges before YSC. Theo was having short and fast breaths, and he used to have emotional outbursts often. I could feel that he was in pain and fear, and the therapies did not address this issue. I did not know what could be done about it. So I could not help him to come out of that issue. So I wanted to prepare Theo to face these challenges so that he would be able to have a better life. So I felt only yoga could help him. And during my training, I got Theo to meet Sivakami on the 3rd day of our training, and he had emotional outburst in that class. And I got an answer to my long-lasting question on how to help him. And Sivakami told me to do more chanting with Theo. And sorry, I also to work on my fears before I address my son's fear. These are the two things she told me to do it. And the first thing, this training has helped me personally, and then my son. I feel more connection with Theo, and his emotional outbursts are much reduced. And Theo has progressed in many ways with regular practice and Sivakami's blessing. And each part of the YSC structure has is helping us so much. At the beginning, when I started chanting, Theo would not sit for even 2 minutes for chanting. Now he does 10 minutes chanting. He also loves group chanting. There is a big improvement with Theo. And his breathing pattern has changed. Now he takes long and deep breaths. And there's so many improvements actually. He's very involved when he does asanas. Before it used to be like a task for him to complete, but now there is more connection and he can hold poses a little longer. And from 10 or 15 minutes of yoga practice, we are now moved to 45 minutes practice. And he is also taking online classes now with Juhi Prasad, an experienced yoga teacher. She's been helping me a lot throughout the journey. And I wish all special parents attend YSC training, and we can do so much with our children. Thank you, Sivakami Ma. Now we are going to play a small video clip of Theo. Thank you so much.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Boko, semester, seki, no, bavata, no, ko, semester, seki, no, bavata.
Thank you so much, Punita. Just watching Theo do yoga always fills my heart with joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Juhi.
I will now introduce Saraswati Burman, all the way from the northeastern part of India. Saraswati has been working with people and children with various challenges, mental and physical challenges, for over 11 years now. She's associated with an NGO, a non-governmental organization. She has been teaching yoga to these children since 2018 and attended the YSC Part 1 with Sivakami in 2019. She will tell us a little bit about her journey before and after. So over to you. Saraswati.
Thank you so much, Juhi. Hari Om, and a very happy Navratri to all of you here at YSC. As we all know, we are celebrating YSC, and I can't be. I feel I'm so lucky. I'm so fortunate to be celebrating Navratri 3 years in a row with Sivakami Ma. First was in 2019 when we were in Coimbatore. Last year it was online during our graduation day. And here we are again today celebrating the day with Navratri, with Sivakami Ma, and with all of you. I mean, it's such a wonderful experience. I was just thinking about it today, in fact, that, oh, it's been 3 years and I've been in the presence of Sivakami Ma during this auspicious occasion. I am Sashwati Burman, and I am from northeastern part of India, and right now I am a yoga teacher for children with disabilities and yoga for the special child. But my background has been of varied colors and varied experiences. So I am a business management graduate, and I was working in the corporate sector. Then I got, like Juhi said, I got involved with this NGO who works with people with disabilities. I was looking after livelihood program. In between, somewhere around when I think 2018, I just decided that, I have been practicing yoga for so many years myself. So I want to learn yoga as a teacher, and I want to be a yoga teacher. And immediately thereafter, I started teaching yoga to children with disabilities in my organization. And but I always felt that there was something lacking because I do not come from a therapy background as such. I am not a physiotherapist. I am not an occupational therapist. I did not have any education on disability. So I felt that need to reach out to children with disabilities more, and that's when I started looking out for courses in India, and I came across YSC course in Coimbatore, and I jumped into this idea and I registered for the course. And and since then it has been a wonderful, wonderful journey for me. When I first completed my YSC Part 1 course and I started practicing with children with disabilities, I could see the difference in my practice, how was I working earlier and how I was working later on. And after YSC Part 2 last year, I think I realized that I have been equipped with so many tools by Sivakami Ma to work with children with disabilities, and especially during the pandemic time when we had to resort to taking classes online for children with disabilities, and it was a huge, huge challenge for a person like me who believes in energy and bringing that energy in the room with the children. But I somehow I felt the course which I did with YSC Part 1 and Part 2, it gave me the courage and the confidence to go ahead and teach yoga to children with disabilities, even if it is online. And I have seen that during these online sessions only, so many children have improved, so many children have started. I can tell you an example because unfortunately I do not have a video right now, but we have a child with high support needs, and he has a CP, he has intellectual disability, and for him, the simple Anuloma Viloma pranayam was very difficult for him. He would not listen, just not lift his hands. And now, since the last 3-4 weeks, I have seen his mother keeps on telling me, now when we say we'll do Anuloma Viloma, he just raises, he cannot of course raise his hands up to here, but he raises up to here, and then his mother helps him to bring his fingers towards his nose. And I think that is a huge, huge accomplishment. And I think that's all. I think it's the grace of Sivakami Ma that has helped me to, you know, uh, transcend this distance and go through online mode and still work with children. And I think I have had some very wonderful teachers at YSC, Sivakami Ma herself, Shri Devi, Renyata, and you know, guiding me through after I did my YSC too. Juhi and Radha, they really helped me because I had so many questions and I had so much of confusion, what to do, what not to do. I think they really helped me with that. And I would really like to thank Renyata especially and the YSC family for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit of my experience of working with children with disabilities. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Saraswati. It's unfortunate you couldn't share the videos with us because of confidentiality reasons, but I will now hand over the mic to Swati Morzaria. Swati is a true blue educator at heart. She has her own foundation for the purposes of empowering children through education. She has come into the YSC program with a two-pronged approach. One is to introduce it, hopefully, into her schools, and the other is to also help her son who has special needs. So over to you, Swati. Tell us more about your journey.
Namaskara, everyone. That is Namaskara all the way from Bangalore. And for the last 2 years, I try and reach out to YSC whenever I can. My first training with YSC was in 2019 when one of the advisory members of our school board told me that, you know, since you have children with special needs and you want to do inclusivity, why don't you attend the program? And it just rung a bell somewhere because it's my own hometown. I'm from Coimbatore, but living in Bangalore. That was my first ever yoga training program that I attended. So coming from corporates, I had attended many training programs in corporates. Attending the training in Coimbatore live, face-to-face, I think that was a huge blessing in my life because Corona happened after that. So I think I just scraped through and had the luck the grace to meet Sivakami, and very few people inspire by their work and inspire you in a way that, you know, you think that you have reached where you have to reach. But having met Sivakami that year in 2019 inspired me to become a better version of me. I'm going to be very thankful to you all my life, Sivakami, all my life. When we were doing the keys that year in 2019, you know, the 5 keys, trust, love, patience, truth, fear. I kind of, you know, because having a business background again, I always felt that I was a very confident, fearless person and somebody full of love because I have a child who has special needs. Out of all the keys, one key that you told me to focus on, Sivakami, was fear. And I understand why in the last 3 years, I have understood why you told me to focus on fear. You could just make that out in me that, you know, even though I come across as confident and as this, you know, corporate person who stepped into this world of education and all that, you knew that something is holding me back, and that something was fear. I have been working on that key relentlessly, Sivakami, and I thank you so much to poke me with that. You know, Swati, you have to do that, work on fear. So at a personal level, the benefit that I received from the 2019 program is just immense. As a mother of a child with special needs, 14 years, he's now 14 years, and he was born premature. Because of YSC, I met so many people, and after spending a lot of time searching for a teacher, I finally found Juhi to teach Samarth, my son, and she's an excellent, you know, she's always telling me how Sivakami has changed things for her. And I can see that. I can see how Sivakami is in Juhi, and through Juhi, she's coming to my child to teach yoga to my child. And that is just mind-blowing, Sivakami. That is mind-blowing. That is another thing that I have gotten. On a professional level, in the last 1 year, I did the second part in 2020. And here I am in 2021. And my horoscope says that there's a long way for me to go. But I want to tell you, Sivakami, that I don't think that horoscope would have meant anything if I hadn't attended the 2020 program as well. It was just amazing, just mind-blowing. What I learned in the 2020 program and the change that I have seen in myself from 2020 October to 2021, I'm here to just thank you and let you know how much I love you. You've made a difference. And you told me.
Do you want to know why you love me?
Yes.
Because I love you more. It's all the energy that we send and comes back.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swati, for sharing all of that with us. I will actually now hand it over to myself. We are saving Tanvi for the last, always keeping the best for the last. She has something very special for us. So I'm Juhi Prasad, as I've said before, and I attended my first YSC training in 2015, never ever having met a child with special needs. In fact, having interacted only with one child in my life, my niece. Yet I attended the program because of everything I'd heard about Sivakami. And I am so glad I did, because it has changed the course of my life in many ways. After the program, I was trying to figure out what to do, and someone recommended to me that I approach special schools, because that is the best way to get access to the maximum number of children with the minimum amount of stress on parents. And that was indeed very, very good advice. I approached 2 schools. Both of them accepted my offer to act as a volunteer yoga teacher immediately. And since the end of 2015, I have been with those 2 schools. So it's been over 5 years now. And I'm really happy, very, very happy with with those relationships. But of course, my first day at the first school was very difficult. Suddenly I see 30 children in front of me, and I'm expected to figure out how to teach yoga through the YSC method to all of them. The keys are the arsenal in everyone's pocket. For me, it was the connection key, and I had Sivakami Amma saying in my head that without the soul-to-soul connection, you're not teaching yoga, you're just teaching a bunch of postures and breathing exercises. And that connection key has been my guide all throughout. With every student I have taught since that very first day, it enabled me to understand what the child needs, to do the right thing with the child, I hope, and just take it forward. The other thing I will say for the program is that the class structure, the complete class structure, is fantastic. During my experience, I have met with other yoga teachers. There are other yoga teachers teaching as well, but some teach only asanas, some may teach it as if it was a bit of a physiotherapy session. Many people are afraid of teaching pranayama to children or chanting for religious purposes, etc. I just feel that every component of the YSC class structure works on the whole body, and then the class works on the body as a whole, to paraphrase Sivakami. And it's just, the students feel the difference because of the class structure, and the teachers, the special educators, have definitely noticed that too. The third thing that I felt has been very important in my journey has been consistency. Yoga is not something you do on and off. It has to be very consistent. And the school structure actually lends itself very well to consistency. There aren't parents calling up and canceling appointments in the last minute or taking off for holidays. Yes, you do have the summer holidays. You do have holidays for religious festivals, but they are all laid out in the beginning of the year. And for the rest of the time, you absolutely know that you are these 2 days of the week you're going, and the children will be there and doing yoga. And that consistency is, I believe, and I have been doing it for 5 years now in these two schools, that consistency I feel is also very, very important in their journey. The connection key, the class structure, and consistency has actually enabled me now to move from teaching in person from last year onwards, teaching online as the schools went online. And it has been amazing how much the children have been able to do even in online sessions. It's very, very heartening to see. So I will share a brief video with all of you just to show just a glimpse of all my lovely students.
I see trees that are green, red roses too, and I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies that are blue and clouds so white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do with the rain? What a wonderful world.
And with that, let me hand it over to Tanvi. Tanvi is the youngest member of our YSC team. She attended the YSC Part 1 program in 2019. And then very soon after, the pandemic hit, so she has been unable to practice. She has a very important message for all of us from young graduates of the YSC program. So over to you, Tanvi, and after that, please share with us your closing offering for Sivakami Amma. Thank you.
Juhi and Hari Om to everyone. I just want to start by saying I feel so blessed, even though, as Juhi mentioned, unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to work with children. I have been on the journey to learn yoga formally since 2018. I believe, I'm sure, from many lifetimes, I believe, but formally from 2018. In 2019, I came across this program and I just felt drawn towards it. So, and I registered the very next day after I came to know. And there I was in October 2019 in the beautiful city of Coimbatore, learning from none other than the legend Sivakami, Amma herself. And it was such an experience, such an energy. And I've carried that energy, that love in my heart till date. It's been 2 years. It has been unfortunate, as we mentioned, the COVID crisis hit soon after, and I couldn't get a chance, because with these children, as we all know, the parents, the schools have been very careful in trying to protect them. So in introducing a new teacher and the children weren't coming to school, that chance hasn't come past by me. But what I did want to, the message I wanted to bring on behalf of all new YSC participants like myself who haven't had the chance or the background, is maybe if we could have a support group in India in place. So for somebody like me, what usually happens is when we finish the program, we do find ourselves a bit lost in terms of where to start. So, you know, in terms of just answering those questions, those really silly, bugging questions every day, how do I do this? How do I do that? And if there could be, I've raised this with Juhi, and that's a message I wanted. I think a lot of people I've spoken with who were on that program feel the same way. And hence I'm here today, representing the voice of each one of them, that, that you know, we would really like to take this beautiful cause forward. Yeah.
We have heard you. I commit on behalf of everyone on our panel that we will form the India support team. As you can see, a lot of experience on that panel. And we will pull in help from elsewhere as needed, depending on the question. We have so many experienced teachers who are with us in the session. So we definitely will set up that support group.
Thank you. That would be such a great start.
And we will now make a special closing offering for Sivakami. We know you have something very special to offer to her live. So please go ahead.
So on behalf of the whole India group, I would just take a few more minutes and offer this to Sivakami Amma, who has been the guiding light. And as we all know in Sanskrit, the Guru means the dispeller of darkness, the one who dispels ignorance. So I'm presenting a small chant from Adi Shankaracharya, who is one of India's most well-known saint and philosopher. He wrote this Guru Ashtakam. Basically, it has got 8 verses. I have selected 5 of those. And the verses beseech the spiritual seeker and ones on the path of yoga to always have their mind and heart on the lotus feet of their Guru. And for us, that is you, Sivakami Amma. And I will start with your blessing. Shariram surupam yatha va kalatram yashascharu chitram dhanam meru tulyam gururangri padme manaschena lagnam tatakhim 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 kalatram dhanam putra pautradi sarvam gruham bandhva sarvametadi jatam Gururangri padme manaschena lagnam tatakhim 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 shadangadi vedo mukhe shastra vidya kavitvadi gadyam supadyam karoti Gururangri padme manaschena lagnam tatakhim 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 na bhoge na yoge na vavaji rajo na mukhe shaiva mityashi chittam gururangri padme manaschena lagnam tatakhim 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 tatakhim. I would like to explain very quickly what these lines meant. It meant that you could be blessed with wealth, with reputation, with fame, with a beautiful family, sons, grandsons. You may have fame in your own country, around the world, but they are meaningless if your mind is not centered on the lotus feet of your Guru. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for attending our session and listening to our experiences. I'm sorry we have run a little bit over time, so we do not have time for questions. But if there are any questions, you can send it to us later, and we will be very happy to answer.
Thank you so very much, Juhi. Just 1 second, Sivakami. Just remember, guys, that there is, if you go to the online website, online.specialyoga.com, you go to the top, there is a discussion panel, so they can check your questions and you can get answers for those questions. So that's another tool that you cannot just rewatch the talks, but you can have the discussion panel there as well. We have 3 minutes before Cheryl's talk. So we are not kicking everyone out this time. We're just going to rearrange things so we don't lose on time. I know Sivakami want to say a couple of words, but I will stop the recording and then start again. Okay? On Shanti.
Okay. And it was very, very touching. And, you know, in a very special day. So loved everything that I have seen here. All your offerings are here, kept on my heart. And, you know, when Renata and her team were preparing all the arrangements for the conference, they were in the last past day looking for videos with the children with the autism. Of course, I am behind the scenes, always giving idea here and there, passing on to Renata. So I passed to the group, hey, see if you can find a video of me working there in India, because I have worked with many children there with the autism. Some of them you saw today.